The problem is not whether God is ready to answer, but if the Son of Man comes, shall he find faith on the earth? Faith sufficient to persist, faith sufficient to insist, faith sufficient to stay in the place of prayer. That men ought always to pray and not to faint. Sir, if you are a believer and people cannot notice you with an atmosphere of desperation, you have missed one of the vital ingredients of your Christian faith. You know what will happen to you? You will exist with abundance of lack of answers. Very soon, people will mock you. The writer of Job, when Job had travails and trials of life, the writer of Job said 3 friends came to visit Job. But in the real sense, they were 4 friends. And the names of these 4 friends are Elihu, Bildad, Zupa, and Elihu. Elihu, Bildad, and Zupa are elderly. Church history told us that Job persecution, Job was about 60 years. So all his friends, his rich friends that came to greet him, they were in their 60s, except one guy called Elihu. The scripture said they came to visit Job, and they found Job. Give me chapter 32, I think verse 7. Chapter 32, verse 7. They found Job in a deplorable, cachetic, moribonic situations. Then they began to find out through their wisdom, because Job was a wise man, so his friends must be wise people. So they began to find out why all this sudden attack on Job. Suddenly he lost 6 children. Suddenly he lost all his businesses. Within 1 month, Job is an eyesore, pulse all over his body. He looks like a kind of HIV, because Job said he was chesting on his bed, that the bones that were not seen now stick out, and the flesh that were seen have gone away. He said his soul draweth nearer to the grave. So Job was talking about himself, that the next thing for him was for grave to harvest him. He was in that cachetic case, that emaciating case, when these 4 guys came to him. Sir, from chapter 1 to chapter 31, they were talking to Job. Some say, Job, have you checked whether you fasted? Job said, I've been fasting. They said, Job, have you checked whether your wife sinned? He said, my wife, you know her, she doesn't go here, she doesn't visit here. Job, did you check? What did you say last week? They were doing so searching. And they keep talking and talking. This one we talk, keep quiet. The other one we talk. Super we talk, keep quiet. Then this guy was quiet, called Elihu. In chapter 32, the guy opened his mouth. He said, I said, they should speak and yes, should teach wisdom. I said, that was my opinion. I kept quiet because I said. I was not desperate to talk because I said, people like us don't talk. We are too junior to speak in the midst of elders. I said, I silent myself with self-bearing analysis. I said, I limited my potential because I said, I stopped my capacity to be revealed because I said, I analyzed my inadequacies because I said, not that the devil said, not that the witches said, not that the altars of my father's house said, but that I said. That they should speak, yes, should teach wisdom. Verse 8 is a birth. There is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth that spirit understanding. Now he began to speak like a spiritual man. He said it's no longer by age. Age does not hold the center table. He said, I go talk. Someone shout, I go talk. No, I didn't hear you say, I will talk. No, you didn't hear me say, I will talk. The man said, no, I will break the silence, because I discovered that you can't contribute to life until you are desperate. You cannot contribute to destiny until you are desperate. Power is not for the casual. No, you didn't hear what I said. A man broke his tie because of power with God. You are come. What did you break when you prayed? Sir, if you analyze, you'll be paralyzed. If you analyze spiritual matters, you will never rise in testimonies. me round up this story. This guy kept quiet from chapter 1 to chapter 31 until he said, no, it's not about this you speak, yes, you teach wisdom. No, there is a spirit in me. Me too, I will talk. Then verse 18, he said, I am full of matter. The reason why I must speak is because I am full of matter. The spirit within me constrained me, is compelling me to talk. I am loaded like a loaded machine gun. Your generation will not know your God until they see your desperation. No matter how much of God you want to trap in your spirit, it is at the mercy of your desperation. If you are not desperate, sir, you cannot unleash your potential. Even potentials and gifting require desperation for it to be unleashed.